the meeting.
Got it.
Setting up your meeting for Facebook Live. So it's going live.
Yep.
I will just have to, if it echoes the meet. Hi, I think we are live.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are live.
All right. Here. So here I hide. This is my first live with the mission that I've picked up. All of you know I'm Shikha Khanna. I'm a portrait photographer for 20 years now, photographing mums and babies and artists and musicians. And now I was just laughing with Mwansa that I'm calling myself the self-portrait advocate. I'm encouraging all the moms who are hiding behind and not taking their step forward to come forward with the help of self-portrait, expressing themselves, stories that they have to share, and making their dream possible. And of course, when I wanted to interview somebody, Mwansa was on my top list of interviewers that I had to. I had to start this interview series with her. I've just known her for 2-3 months, but I definitely feel that I'm very, very close to her. And I have a very special bond with Mwansa. And she's a beautiful soul sitting right here with us. And she has had an amazing journey. So first, I will introduce her as a mom, because she's an awesome mom as well. So let her speak to us about her being a mom, and then we'll go on to what she does and how her journey is shaping up. And then a surprise thing that she's coming and launching, we will talk about that. And in the end, we'll talk about how she is going to join us as the first person in my self-portrait movement to take things forward. With many women have already joined. We're already 30 plus women who have joined us for this movement. And I'll talk more about it in my coming content. But right now, let's talk to Mwansa. Welcome, Mwansa. How are you?
Hi, Chika. Thank you so much. It is such a pleasure to be interviewed by you, my friend. Like you said, I feel like I've known you for the rest of my life, and I'm just really honored to be part of this and part of what you're doing, and just the amazing journey that you are taking us to. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure, Mwansa. I mentioned it had to start with you because it started with you 3 months back, the series of interview. So let's know more about you being a mom, and what you just talk about you being a mom of how many kids, what's happening, how's COVID treating you there, how's life treating you with being a mom and being busy with so many projects that you are doing.
Well, Chika, I'm a mom of 3 beautiful, energetic kids. So my firstborn is Zahara. Waliatama, she's 9 years old, and my secondborn is Takia Nyawa Wachalimba. She is 7 years old. I have to remember their ages. Oh my God. Wow. And my last born, he is Asha Kapala Wachalimba. He is 5 years old. So my God, nobody ever told me that motherhood would be this. And what I mean by this, it is everything that you could think of, the highs, the lows, and above all, it is just the responsibility that comes with motherhood kind of gets you as a mother out of your way and just late to see God's creation kind of happen in you. So it has been a nice 9 years being a mother, and the most challenging thing that I've ever done is being a mother. And then also it keeps me up at night a lot. But now that the kids are growing, and they grow so fast and they start talking, it's amazing. It's almost like art to see everything grow every day. You know, I can talk about my kids every day, like every mother, right? They're into everything. My daughter, she is into swimming, my firstborn daughter. And my second-born daughter, she's into everything, running. She loves doing her own acting, and she likes writing. She's 7 years old. She want to be a writer, and she want to be a gymnast. As for my last born, he's so little, right? He's so petite, but there he goes. It's like I've got guns from generation to generation. he thinks he's Superman. And to me as a mom, he's a Superman, of course. Yeah, so that's it about my babies. I'm blessed to be a mother to them.
Awesome. And, because my whole journey is now going to be with mothers, just quickly, let's talk about the whole project that I'm taking forward is because I feel that mothers keep putting themselves back. They keep waiting for their children to grow up, to have a perfect time before they can start living their dreams. They keep sliding back. And then I've recently realized that the one place that you see that they are not feeling very good about their self image is photography. And I've always known that, but when I became a mom, I realized it even more that when you have to come online, there's so many questions and resistance that's happening, that I was talking in my Zoom session the other day, that mothers are putting their dreams behind. And not to say that you don't have to take care of your children and you have to be, I'm a total dedicated mom like many of us, but just to pull yourself out and just to see yourself. The minute you see a photograph coming and they just want to be absent, a lot of mothers I'm talking to, they're saying that we've been totally absent from our children's childhood because we just didn't want to be there and we didn't feel good about it. So hence this self-portrait project where I'm going about it. Did you ever feel that? Did you ever feel, because you've achieved so much in spite of being mom of three and a very active, involved mom, like I remember you on a call telling me, these are my kids and I take care of them, so you're constantly no cheese, no ice cream, it's breakfast time and I'm talking to you on the phone. It's always something or the other is going on while I'm interacting with you. So did you feel a struggle in these 9 years, because you've achieved a lot and it's very inspiring that you've not stopped yourself from achieving what you've achieved in spite of being a very, very involved mother? What do you think about that?
Actually, Chika, you know what? That's why from the first time I saw you when we met on the Zoom call and about a couple of months ago, and you just captured my heart. And then when you started this project, I was like, oh my God, that is me. There's nobody out there to advocate for us mothers, and as a result, we do not advocate for ourselves. Nobody is here to advocate. And when you started to see this project, first I thought, what is she doing? Which mother in their right place gonna, first one, you even wanna have the chance to bath, right? Or even to put on a wig or makeup or something. And it's a lot. By the time you finish doing everything, you just tired. Who wants to be in a camera, right?
Absolutely.
But then for me, that has been, I've been a mother for 9 years, and these are like they have like my firstborn and secondborn, they're like 2 years apart exactly. And then my second and my third, I think 18 or 19 months apart. So I've had babies like in diapers, like I really suffered a lot of self-image, back-to-back kids. I was really like, I used to like running, I was in good shape, I was looking good, and then all of a sudden everything went south. And when I mean they go south, they went south. First from not sleeping to not sleeping to having all three kids in diapers. You know how mom things go, right?
Oh yes, absolutely.
It was every time, even my husband would get pictures with the kids and everything. I missed out on a lot of that, Chika. I wish I knew you then, because I would have taken a lot of beautiful pictures with my kids without judging myself. I missed out that time because my husband is a photographer. He's very good at what he does. But every time you get a picture, I'll be like running away because I don't want to be there. I'm looking I just have this black eye, and then I'm so fat, and then I'm just everything judgmental. Nothing is the same the way it used to be. No clothes would fit the same. Not even makeup would work. So it was very hard for me. And this just didn't happen for the first 3 years or 4. Until recently, am I really even becoming into me? And now, more importantly, Chika, meeting you and the project that you did, I said, I'm going to be a part of this, because it's a thing that many moms need, and we can see it in the background. And the reason why I say that, because it also, like he always says, what we do, our self-love or our self-hate also reflects in our kids, right? I've really taken that from you. So the more they will see us, I'm just like, I want every mom to be part of this, and this is gonna be a great project. As you know, I've been struggling, like I can't get pictures of myself, but
Yeah,
I'm
because
grateful for this.
we're not gifting them any moments with us because we have a self bad image, and when they're going to grow up, we'll be totally missing. Because a lot of
Yeah.
times, life is unpredictable, Mwansa, and I also feel that we are there, we're not there. At least our pictures should be there. If you're totally missing from their lives and their childhood, it'll be a very big loss for them, and then they will be missing from their children's childhood because that's what they're going to learn. And hence I call myself the self-portrait advocates. The moms have to come out and drop this whole resistance against self-portraits. I've gone through it myself. Your husband was a photographer. I'm a photographer who's dealt with mothers with so much confidence, and I couldn't do it. So it's definitely something I think all of us and it's turning out to be a project. Like in the group, every day you see mothers are rising, every day they're rising, and I just keep accepting the post, and I'm like, you all are rising, and it's amazing to see that. So let's move on to this surprise thing for which
Mhm.
actually I've got you here. And I am absolutely you know I I've read a bit of what it is about, and I'm one so proud of the fact that I am interviewing you, and what a remarkable journey. So Mwansa is coming up with, she's just come up with the book, and she's reaching the top charts of Amazon very quickly after releasing her book. And she's on 3rd of July. She is going to be releasing it formally, and she's going to put a PDF for all of us to download and read. And I would request everybody to read it and at least download that thing and pass it on to as many people possible. But before that, we'll quickly have Mwansa talk about her journey and why this book. And then maybe once the live is done and it's posted, I will post the edit and post the link of Mwansa, or tag people again on Saturday morning when this thing is happening. So Mwansa, let's talk about your book.
Well, so Chika, as you know, I co-wrote this book with Matt Morris. Matt Morris is the best-selling author of The Unemployed Millionaire and a very huge influencer in the network marketing arena, and just as he is an amazing guy. He speaks in 50 different countries. He's helped a lot of entrepreneurs reach their financial goals. And not only was it with Matt Morris, it was also with other best-selling authors and people in this industry. The reason why we came to write this book, as I said earlier on, the book is titled Unwavering Success. We live in a times, I think we spoke earlier, and I've been saying this to my people on my group as well, where it's a hard time with everything that is happening. The whole world can really, really come together and agree that we live in very hard times. People are losing hope. People are fearful. People think there's no bouncing back from this. And that's where unwavering success comes from. In this book, I talk about my journey as a young person after my father passed away, and I was in my teens. It was a very hard time, but you know what? Success is a decision. I decided without any resources, we were in a very bad place as a family, just my mother and my 5 siblings. We really had it bad, but I decided at any cost I was gonna succeed. It was, and when I say there was nothing, Chika, there was nothing, no money, no nothing, but I made a decision to rise up above my situation and above my circumstances. And that's why I feel this book is for every person in every area around the globe. It's not just limited to one set of people. Everybody will come out with this book, reading this book, and many other authors. That's why we came as authors to write, because we just didn't want it to be one-sided, one version. Everybody can get something from this book, Chiga. It's a labor of love and service in the times that we're living in. And it is very important because we need to give hope. And this book is as a book of hope, resistance, and determination in the face of unthinkable circumstances and situation, homelessness and everything.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, I've read the journey, and I would love people to actually download the PDF and read it as well. But, I was mentioning before we started this thing that it's definitely a journey of determination, journey of not giving up, journey where, I don't even know that you knew where you were going, but you were just going, and you were determined that you're going. And whatever I read in the book was all about the fact that you decided and you moved. And then that's what, I keep saying, that just decide, like, even when I'm with my project also, I keep saying the same thing: just decide and move, let resistance not come in. And you did not let the resistance come in. I think you must have been called a rebel, or you must have been called somebody who's very stubborn when you're starting this, but you were determined. I think that was the word for you. You were totally determined to move and to reach where you've reached today, and you're totally an inspiration to so many people who look up to you. And I'm still not so equipped to tell you what you have become. Tell me where you've reached today after starting from the journey you started and where you are today. So let's hear more about what you're doing today, and where all you've reached with this determination, so that they know that it's possible to reach there.
Yeah, you know what, Chika, it's where I am and where I started from, it's two different worlds, I was born in Zambia, and we're in the Southern Africa, and sometimes we're known as among the poorest countries in Zambia, even when we hold the 7 wonders of the world, the Victoria Falls. And my journey has been from, while I saw it in I always say, I believe in affirmations and confirmation that I was gonna be this, I was gonna do this. When you look at my circumstances, there was nothing remotely possible, that anything that I could say. It was just like a Cinderella. It's a Disney story, nothing that happens in life. But with all these obstacles, and had I known where I'm going, like you said, I didn't even know where I was going, but the truth is I was determined. At any cost, if anything, there was no plan B. I was just gonna say, I'm gonna make it, regardless of what. And there's been a lot of pain. Like you said, no resistance. There was no resistance for me. And I was gonna do everything possible. Chika, I've worked in restaurants and clean toilets. I've done anything in order to succeed and to be independent, not dependent on everybody. And right now, where I am, I'm doing a lot of things, as you know. So I work as well. I'm a cybersecurity analyst and a CISA certified information systems auditor. I've been in this industry for the last 15 years, I believe. I love it. It's an ever evolving environment. It is very challenging, like life itself. That's why I love to be in information security. There's no certainties in it. And then I run an NGO called African Youth Social Entrepreneurs, who are my youth. For me, a youth is everybody from 13 years old to 100 years, or 200 if you get to live that day. Because for me, being a youth is not it's not a number. It's about the mentality. Right. And then there's a lot we can do to reach one another. That's why I run this organization. And then also my partner and I, Andrew, we recently started a company called A&M Empowered, which is a coaching industry, because we're in the coaching industry with Tony Robbins and Dean Gracias, and I'm being mentored by Robin Sharma, and also I'm part of the Rare Breed with Trent Shelton. So it's been a journey. Yeah, it's been a journey, Chika. Having been mentored by these giants in the industry, I feel as a mom, I have to pay it forward and be able to mentor and be able to do. That's why I want to be very much of the portrait. This is showing, even in our vulnerabilities, even in our little space, we're able to make much and we're able to come out. That's why I'm excited just to Actually, my book really ties in well with what you're doing, Chica.
I think so. It's just that tools are different. What we've
Yeah,
done and what we're doing is the same, because the idea is to lead by example. I'm here with a very small example of self-portrait, but you're there. It's with such an amazing example of the journey that you've taken and taking youth ahead. And I know some of the people who follow you, and they literally look up to you as their mother. They're young kids, 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, and I keep seeing their comments, and they're looking up to you all the time. And look at the support they give you. Like, you just have to say that you need support, and all of them just jump in to support you in such a big way. And some of them are, I've been in often on comments with, and I see that. I see that what you've created is very magical. And definitely, whatever I can do to put you on your, because you see, because I'm a self-portrait advocate for mom, I was just mentioning, right? So as a
that,
mom as well, you're a very big example that nothing should stop you, and you can still balance it out with your children, right? And your children are,
yes,
and you know why but you just keep learning about your ideal client and who's your dream person. When I see your children coming in the middle of the life and going in, and it happens to me so often, I'm amazed that they've not come till now. They might just barge in anywhere. So, and you just handle it without, any problem, and you just let it go, just the way I like to do it, because I don't like to shut the doors, and they can come, and slowly they've started to understand she's gone on live, etc. But I like that association, that it's okay. Like, we are moms and we are moving forward as moms,
yes,
and we will more and more in this online world will move forward as moms in spite of the struggle. And if we can help them, inspire them to take their dreams ahead with stories and self portraits, I think that combination itself, with that book that I want to come out with, 100 women, their stories and their self portrait, should in itself be a very inspirational thing, and a lot of good work would be done for a lot of moms who really are needed in this world, because some of them are so talented and their work is so amazing that they are just stopping themselves from doing it with a very small hesitation that they have about self-image. So I definitely welcome you on board as my first champion for my self-portrait
yeah.
movement. You are going to be my first champion, and I will start making, the batches of champions, and there will be 100 champions going ahead with me, telling all the moms everywhere in the world, it's okay. It's okay, and look at the success. And you're definitely a big example of the success that we have. So I will put your link after this, Mwansa. Long interviews are not viewed by people till the end, so I don't want to miss on to anybody looking at it. Oh, it's a 1 hour interview. We don't want to waste.
Yes.
So let's stop our interview here, and I will put the PDF, and I will repost it on Saturday. And I will,
Okay.
for next 3 days, make sure that I keep tagging more and more people to download it. And through my WhatsApp, I will encourage more people to download this PDF, because that's important. They need to have this PDF on your launch day, and to read it, and to tell you why I'm calling you my first champion. So it's
You know
amazing.
what? That's very amazing. Just a quick before, just even what you've done, you call it a miracle, like in the last Zoom that you have, to see so many people, women around the world with what you did with that 25, 30 women.
Right.
I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I thank you for having this interview with me. I'm excited about the official book launch. And I want to say something, my group, I have an amazing tribe. We're all learning together and they have been supportive. That's how come they made this book from release date, they made it #1 release and bestseller. And I'm so
Right.
grateful for friends like you. And this journey we're on as mom entrepreneurs, let's get out there and let's just go and encourage one another. And what better way than to tell a story than a portrait?
Absolutely. I'm excited to have you on board, and I'm telling you, this was something that I wanted to do, and I wanted to start it with you, because it started with you 2 months back when I was on a call, and I was telling you that, Mansa, I'm doing something like this about self portraits. And I am, now even my courses, everything is going to be just dedicated to mothers who can't do it, There'll be like courses coming in just for them, affordable, not affordable, one-to-one coaching, whatever it takes for them to come out. Because I've met few mothers and they're doing like their ideas are so incredible. And when I ask them that why have you not launched it, and they say we don't want to go live and we don't want to put our pictures like, so we're just thinking what to do instead of that. So I
No
think
resistance.
yeah, there's no instead we need to put ourselves forward, and we'll stop this live now, and
Yeah,
you stick on and I will talk to you before I leave, and you know my
sure.
technical ability to stop live stream.